Hello. Happy, happy,
Hello.
happy first proper day of the Olympics.
I know. It's been a long one already. I woke
Yeah,
I literally woke up about 12 hours ago. So yeah, it's been a tough slog already.
yeah. I've had a weird night where I didn't sleep, didn't have a proper sleep at any point. I had a brief nap for about 40 minutes at probably about 10 p.m. last night UK time, and then I also had a bit of a nap during the cycling road race. Apologies, but
I nearly had a nap around 7:30ish, but I thought no, let's just try and stay awake. I woke up I went to I didn't go to bed till about 9, but I didn't get to sleep till about 10. And then I set my alarm for like 3, well, just before 3. So I wanted to see the start of the cycling, and then obviously the tennis was on at 3 as well. So yeah,
well, as you said, we always say that we might have a middle chance in the cycling road race, and
yeah,
just as certain as I was going to say just as certain as the Olympic Games are held every 4 years, but that's not true. But
well, yeah,
but but yeah, it wasn't to be for Britain. Another crash for Geraint Thomas.
yeah, brought
Disappointing.
down by his teammate.
Yeah,
It's typical. As soon as that happened, it was like, oh, I mean, it was quite early in the race. So I thought it might not be too bad, but it was, yeah, he soldiered on for a little bit, but then once they got to the F1 circuit for the first time, he kind of called it a day there. Um, but then at least Yates was pretty much, well, Adam Yates, I should say, was top 10. That wasn't too bad. I thought we still got. It was nice to still have a medal chance up until the last kind of 200 meters. That's not always been the case. It's usually been like, oh, we're definitely not going to get a medal because there's nobody in the group. But yeah, it was nice to have Ecuador win a gold medal. Hasn't happened since. Exactly. I know. I literally should. I thought, should I listen to that song right now? Yeah, they first gold medal since '96, so 25 years ago, uh, and the first medal since 2008, which is all just well, both of them were Jefferson Perez, the race walker. So
look at you with
yeah,
the
he's
stats.
yeah he's that. So this is only their second ever Olympic medalist, I should say, because obviously it's their third medal overall.
Um,
Um,
if the picture quality is looking a bit rubbish, I'm working on it. I'm
it looks fine to me.
okay. Well, so Twitch is telling me that the bit rate's too high, but if it's give a shout in the chat if it's a problem. We'll try and soldier on without it. What do you think, as we are both British? What do you think of it's been for? Has it been a good day for Britain? A bad day?
I think overall it's been a pretty good day, actually. I think there's been a lot of things that were shown promise in a lot of areas. I mean, obviously the gymnastic qualification was taking place. Max Whitlock did a great pommel routine, so he's in the final.
And
So
he's
yeah,
he. I mean, he had that sort of one mistake, but I also think that does give him room for improvement.
yeah, yeah, definitely. It's by no means a perfect routine, but it shows that he's still going to be a massive contender for a medal. Um, and then yeah, and obviously the team themselves did well. Um, And what else have we had today? We had a win in the mixed doubles in the badminton. That was good. I got a bit excited. I thought our first medal might be in archery. I got a bit excited about the archery because it was like, oh, we won. It was the first ever mixed team competition, and the British team they won their first match, and then they were pretty much through to the quarterfinals. And it was like, oh, okay, one more win, and it's almost a medal guaranteed. But then they lost to Mexico in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I did see that, and I was sort of trying to clear space to watch it, but then I did also think that knowing that Mexico do tend to be quite strong performers in the archery, so I perhaps didn't get my hopes up too much.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think we'd win it, but it was still like we're in the quarterfinals.
Yeah,
let's enjoy it. Yes, that was. I mean, I was watching so many things at once. I had my TV on just BBC One, just like it was just for ease. It was easy to do that. And then my laptop, I was on Eurosport, just mainly with tennis on, and then my phone, I was kind of watching a few other bits. But no, I think and then in terms of other British performances, a couple of wins in the boxing, I think. It's been hard to be across everything. I did see. Definitely saw a boxer win something.
Well, then Britain also won their match against Japan in the football, meaning that they
Yes.
are definitely through to the quarterfinals. It's not clear if they'll top their group yet, but at the moment, they've got 6 points to Canada's 4 in the group. So we'll see when those two face off in the next few days how that will shape up.
Yeah, I watched that. It wasn't the greatest match of all time. Bit cagey to be honest for the first like 70 minutes, but then yeah, Lucy Bronze just did a great cross. Ellen White kind of spotted it quite early, ran in front of the defender, just got a head on it and chipped it into the goal because the goalkeeper came out as well with the defender. So it was actually a really solid goal. So yeah, nice to see that she's keeping up her gold medal. I mean, her goal scoring performances. That's her third goal already. So not bad at all.
But then it's also
Uh,
perhaps a bit disappointing for the Japanese football team. Of course, they're not entirely out of it yet, but it's the odds are now stacked against them to make it out of the group stages, I believe.
well, that's say it's not been the best day for Japan, really, has it?
Well, they did win a
Um,
gold medal in the judo.
yes, yeah. I mean, yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, yeah, of course they have actually won medals, but I mean, I spent their star for Shimura in the gymnastics. I mean, it's just sad. It's like his Olympics is over already, and it was that was it. It's
And
just
it's
gonna
such a shame because the routine was looking incredible up until that fall.
yeah
It was just absolutely like, oh, he did that, and then sadly, and
yeah
it all came crumbling down and back to earth with a thud.
yeah. The commentators are obviously getting very excited, and it was like, oh, this is a great routine. He's like, oh, he's back because obviously he's just literally hung around. He's prolonged his retirement for this Olympics, and then it's his home Olympics. Obviously, there's no crowd there, so maybe it wasn't as bad, but it's. Oh, it's I don't know much about. I've never done the high bar before, but it seemed like he fell off at a time I didn't think he would fall off. If that makes sense.
Mm.
He seemed to do the harder tricks and then kind of just dropped it on that one. But yeah, sad for the gymnastics program to not have him in that final. But our favourite Flying Dutchman, did he? I think he made it, didn't he? Zonderland.
I didn't watch. I'll be honest. I didn't follow the gymnastics too closely, but I
I
did.
saw his routine and I thought he did all right.
I
I
do.
better just check this. If anyone in the chat knows, let us know. I thought he
I
did. Let me just.
do. I can get it up on. I did prepare a screen share. I was sort of prepared while waiting for making everyone wait for me.
Here we
Uh,
go. You've got the scores up.
so
Saves me looking on my phone.
so which division was he in?
I want to say he was earlier than that. I think he
Okay.
was maybe in. I think he might have been in hours.
Okay, we were in two. So all around results, apparatus results.
It's yeah. It's
High bars. That.
yes. Israel could be getting a gold there in the floor.
Yeah.
Just saw that. The obviously. I think they've only ever won medals in like sailing and stuff like that.
So
Um,
Sunderland back there, 13.83. So it doesn't look like
oh
he's
no, it
qualified
didn't.
for the final. But we've got a
Oh
different.
no.
We've got. I was hoping. I thought that signing was Derulo. I was getting really excited. But Derulo.
But well, Japanese still the top qualifier there, so even
Yep.
if Ushimo didn't make it. But no, it's kind of been hard. It's hard to be across the gymnastics because obviously it's hard to follow anyway because they're on so many different apparatus and they're just bouncing around. But then you don't know if what they're showing live, and it was quite hard to follow on the BBC because there were sometimes they were showing it and sometimes they weren't. So
Yeah, it's the sort of sport that I'm happy to wait for the final for. I'm not necessarily so fussed about watching the qualification, even though we've had some massive stories from the qualification in the gymnastics today.
yeah, same. I usually just watch the finals, but I think because I had it on and I was like, oh, I'll just see what's going on. I feel like I'm more invested this year to watch everything because I know I've got nothing else to do but watch the Olympics for the next 2 weeks. So I'm like, let's just watch everything, get all my devices out and have it all there. Um, yeah, I watched the men's hockey as well. Good win for Britain there. Was it 3-1? I think. Against South Africa. Nice start for the men's campaign. I think the women get underway at around 1:30 in the morning tomorrow, I think.
So that's 9:30 if you're keeping to Japanese time.
For all you Japanese followers that are watching us right now.
Well, I was more thinking that if maybe someone's changed the clock on the wall and
Oh, true. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, it's not a bad idea actually. Maybe I should do that. But I've got the Radio Times here, and that's all in BST, so it makes it a lot easier for me.
Yeah.
um, we had our only male entrant in the judo, Ashley McKenzie. He lost in the first round, and we did not get anyone in the women's air rifle. I think she lost as well. But that was the first
Yep.
gold of the games.
I had quite a lot of fun watching that. I don't think I've ever actually watched that event before, even though it is always the first to give the gold medal. Oh, you look angry with me. But
Well, I've never watched it either.
oh, okay,
So.
but I did. I mean, I the first bit of it I thought was very dull and difficult to sort of present on TV because they're all shooting at once and you don't know where to look. But then it starts like, oh, you've got this battle and it's like, oh, the next person to be eliminated, and it was quite a tense finish with when it came down to the Russian Olympic Committee athlete and the Chinese athlete who eventually won, and they both had a pretty bad final shot, but it just so happened that the Russians one was worse than the Chinese ones, and that's pretty much what decided the gold medal. Even though they'd both been shooting incredibly before that, it was just damage limitation in the final round.
I mean, yeah. At least the did both. Well, they both messed it up, but at least it wasn't a complete disaster.
Yeah,
Like the was it the Czech guy a few years in was it? I think it was Athens. I don't know if you remember. You probably don't remember this. You're probably far too young. But there was a Czech shooter, and he was leading, and pretty much had the gold zone up, and then he accidentally caught the trigger and fired by mistake, and ended up losing the gold. But then he went out to consolidate himself and had a few pints in the pub in Athens, and then that's where he met his wife, who is another
oh.
shooter. I think she's a no. He's American. She's Czech. That's right. He's
Oh yes, she
American.
was the one who won the gold in
Yes,
2008.
and this is the second part of the story that she won the gold in 2008, and then he was again leading, one shot left, in the gold medal. Looks like he's going to do. They're going to be a great happy couple, both winning golds. And then he accidentally shot at his opponent's target instead of his own. Oh,
Yeah.
poor guy. Never won it. Never won the gold.
Sometimes just these things aren't meant to be.
No, exactly. um, I guess what I mean the swimming. Did you watch any swimming today?
I watched, I think, all of the swimming. I was very happy with Adam Peaty, although wow, they were sort of saying that he's a bit closer to his rivals than he'd normally be, but I'm not concerned about that at all.
Yeah, the Dutch guy was pretty good. He to get under 58 quite comfortably for the first time in his career. Showed he's like, oh, okay, he's got Adam won't have it too easy, but I still think he's going to win quite easily.
And then
Um,
James Wilby was also looking good there.
yeah, he was what sixth, I think, into the sixth fastest into the semi-finals, and the semi-finals, I can tell you, with my guide, are going to be, I think it was tomorrow. At what? Oh, was it tomorrow afternoon? I can't even remember now. I wasn't sure if it was in the evening session or the morning session. I think it might be yeah. I think it might be around 2:30ish in that session.
But then,
3:33 a.m. I found it to be precise.
and we also had the women in the relay were looking incredible, as
Mm.
you sort of tipped in our stream yesterday.
I did. I said that they might be a medal chance. They won their heat, beat the USA, but then ended up being fourth overall. It's going to be really close. I mean, USA obviously didn't have their best swimmers in the team. Australia didn't have all of theirs in. They both look good anyway. And then I think it'll be a three-way fight for the bronze between Britain, the Dutch team, and the Canadians. And the Canadians got a pretty strong team. The Dutch are always solid in the women's 4x1 freestyle. But then I still think the British girls could have gone a little bit quicker. There was a changeover that was a bit shaky, and I think maybe Freya had a little bit more left in the tank. She's usually better at racing someone. So I think she was kind of like coming through and wasn't challenged. She was okay. She was just easing in. But Anna Hopkin had the fastest split with a 52.6, I think it was. And then Freya was next quickest, and a great leg from Abby Wood as well. So we just need Lucy Hope to get us off to a little bit of a better start in the final. And yeah, could be a good medal.
Yeah, just looking at the lane draw for that final tomorrow. Britain in 6 between
That's
the
good
Netherlands
actually.
and China. So yeah, at least we won't have the waves coming from, say, Australia
Yeah,
and the United States. Although if we have people who are more suited to racing, maybe we would want to be a bit closer to them.
I think I think Freya does like to get stuck in on that anchor, but I actually think it's better because like I think if we were next to Australia or Canada or even the USA, it would have been like, there would have been too much waves. So the race will be in lanes 2, 3, and 4. You think for the medals, but then actually if we're a little bit out of sight, we might be able to sneak through. So I think we can take the Dutch. I'm not so sure whether we can take the Canadians or not, but it's nice that Sweden are in lane 8 as well because they front ended their team today with their fastest two swimmers going first. So that'll be a nice marker for our girls. And then if they do the same thing, of course, um, they might change their tactics. But yeah, I think it's going to be a great race actually. Even though I said that might be our first medal winning, we should probably look at the women's 400 IM. I want to. Have we got the lane draw for that? Because
We
Amy Wilmot was second fastest into the final, which is very exciting.
So there she is, lane 5, going into it. So yeah, she was looking very impressive this morning. As I mean, Belmonte as well. She sort of got into the race, but yeah, Emma Wyant as well from the USA.
Yeah, I think it was good because she was in Amy's heat already, so they've already swam next to each other, and I think that's actually quite a good lane for Amy. I mean, she knows what that the Americans' barometer is, and she knows she can go with her a little bit. The threat will be maybe with Belmonte because I mean, that's what happened in Rio. Belmonte came through on the freestyle and got Hannah Miley at the touch for that bronze medal, so she'll always be a threat. And I guess the biggest surprise was the fact that Hosu was a bit average today, and we just squeaked into the final in seventh.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Was she leaving something in reserve? But she didn't look impressive. She looked. I mean, I don't think that she would have wanted to be the second slowest to make it into the final.
Yeah,
I don't, given how dominant she's been in sort of say 2016 at this event. I think that might be a bit of a concern for her.
yeah. So obviously she's got a full schedule, but then you think as she's getting a little bit older, and the invincibility seems to be kind of wearing off a little bit. I mean, she could still absolutely smoke everyone tomorrow. Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't know, but yeah, that's gonna be a really great final, and it's Amy Wilmot's last ever race. This is it. She's retiring after this. She hasn't got any other events in Tokyo. This is it. Unless we need her in the relay, but I'm not sure we will. I don't think we'll need her in any of the relays. So this will be her last ever race, and that is at 12 minutes past 3 BST overnight. So make sure you don't miss that because it could be Britain's first medal, and hopefully it'll be a great way for her to end her career to get a medal.
And then the other finals that we have in the swimming tomorrow, the men's 400 freestyle. Uh,
Yes.
so what were your thoughts on this today in the qualification?
Um, it's tough again. I don't know who was showing their hand really. I could have thought Detty might be kind of the one to beat, but he was. I don't know if he was like just taking it a little bit easier, but yeah, I think it'll be between lanes 3, 4, and 5. I'm not sure the Americans and the Aussies are quite as strong, but obviously you can never write off an Aussie or an Australian. Yeah, but I think it'll be between the German, the Austrian, and Detti and the Italian. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean both the Austrian and the German, that sort of Middle Europe kind of pack there, they were looking very impressive. But as you say, the Americans the Americans are there for a reason, given how cutthroat their trials are in pretty much any sport. So they
Yeah,
could still pose a threat that we've not yet seen in the heats.
and I guess the other one was the men's 400 IM, which is the first final. That is the first swimming final. That was bang on half 2. So this was another big shot. That's another reason why I said Japan didn't have a great first day, which obviously I know they want to go, but their big star Saito didn't make the final. He was ninth, missed out. Max Litchfield got the last spot in the final. So yeah, that was a big shot because it was weird because the heat that they were all in with Max was like, he kind of needed to touch third really to kind of guarantee his place in the final, and Max touched fourth. But then it was a really slow heat, and it was just like, oh no. And the Japanese guy kind of didn't make it, which is a huge shot. So that one's up for grabs.
Yeah. What do you make of Max Litchfield's chances there?
Um, that was a disappointing swim from him. Actually, I thought he would at least been under 4:10. I was hoping for a 4:08, but maybe that's what. Or if that would obviously be good enough for a medal. But you want him to be in the 4:9s at least. um, I don't think he'll be necessarily in the hunt for a medal. Maybe top six will be a realistic target, unless he really has been holding back. So hopefully he can do something. But I was thinking actually in Rio, I couldn't remember where he qualified in Rio. I want to say he was in one of the outside lanes there as well. So maybe he can come through and be close for the medals. Because in Rio, when he came fourth, it was like a great achievement, but he was a long way behind bronze. It was like he just touched the fourth. So maybe he can be a little bit more in the mix this time.
And then what? Well, that's pretty much the swimming that we've discussed. That's for tomorrow. What else do we have to look forward to tomorrow? I'll just.
What else do we have? The one thing I haven't mentioned just from today was the tennis. Obviously, I've been watching all of the tennis today. I've been glued to it. Pretty much what I watch the most because obviously I'm a big tennis fan. And we had the first round is like over the 2 days, today and tomorrow. So today we had obviously Andy Murray playing in the doubles with Joe Salisbury. That was a great win. They had the second seeds, Mahu and Herbert, who have won every single Grand Slam they can win as a pair. And then, the second seeds. And then they got smoked by Murray and Salisbury straight sets. It was amazing. It was a great match. Heather Watson lost in the singles, which was a shame because it was a match she definitely could have and probably should have won. And then we also had a very close win for Jamie Murray and Neil Skupski in the first round. They were, they saved the match. They were setting a breakdown. They saved a match point, and then they went to a tie break, and they eventually won it like 13-11, I think it was. Literally won. Yeah, it was a very stressful end, but that was Jamie's first win at the Olympics since 2008. So we've broken that bad run of losses at the Olympics.
God, it must hurt, especially in 2012, knowing that Andy got a gold and a silver and just sort of sitting there like, damn it, we couldn't do that when we were together.
I know, that's the thing. That was what was disappointing because they lost in the first round. It was like, oh, that's a bit of a shame because Andy then went on to win gold and the silver, like you say. So, and then obviously he lost in the first round in Rio, and then also played mixed with Joe Contra, and they lost in the first round whilst Andy and Heather made the second round. So, but it'd be great for Andy Murray if he does get close because now they're taking out the second seeds. They've still got a tough next round match, but if he's got a medal chance there, and that's the only one he doesn't have. He's won a medal in the individual and in the mix, so it'd be nice to complete the set. But he's I think third match on centre court tomorrow. I think Ash Barty is starting on centre, and then there's Naomi Osaka playing, who obviously lit the flame. She was meant to play today, but they obviously delayed things a little bit so she could calm down. And then Andy's on after that, I think. And Liam Brody's also on court first. He's on at 3:00 in the morning. Yeah, and that's it for the Brits and the tennis. But it should be good to see the matches.
We'll also have we had the mixed team archery today. We'll have the women's team archery tomorrow morning. Britain have a tough first round against Italy. I think that'll be tough to beat them, but anything can happen.
Yeah, I was debating whether to wake up and watch that or not because I was initially just going to set my alarm for 2:30 to watch the swimming, and then I'm like, we've got. But then I was like, are we going to beat them? Is it worth an hour's sleep?
I am very much looking forward to just passing out after this stream, given how sleep deprived I am. So we've got dressage qualification tomorrow. Oh, we've got diving tomorrow. We've got women's synchronized 3-meter springboard.
Yep, that's a straight final, isn't it? We don't have any qualification.
I think it is. I actually quite for my birthday. My parents got me this Olympic program, which I don't think they realised was unofficial when they got it, and it's clearly not written by native English speakers. So it's jumping into the water from the 10-meter platform, things like that, and it's
wow. That's well, at least you know what it actually is.
Yes,
describes it better.
Yeah, very descriptive.
10-meter platform. What's that do? What does that mean? So that's at 7 a.m. The first diving final straight in there. We also have obviously the women's cycling road race. That's from 5 a.m. Should be finishing around 9ish, like at the same time as the men's. Really, they just start a bit later. I guess Lizzie Denon is probably one of our medal hopes in that one. She obviously won silver in London, and then was fourth, I think, in Rio. Just
Yeah,
missed out.
I think she had a bit of sort of psychologically, she'd sort of just sort of escaped a whereabouts ban just before that, so I don't think
Yeah.
she was in the headspace to really be winning a medal. So
No.
maybe she'll be a bit, in a better place this time round.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, so that'll be good to see that because I enjoyed the men's race today. It was really exciting. So, um, and the women's qualification in the gymnastics is on as well. So obviously we had the men's today. So yeah, it's kind of similar to today, but there's a few more other sports getting underway.
We'll have surfing making its Olympic debut.
Exactly, and skateboarding as well. I was going to say that they're both starting tomorrow. Surfing actually starts at 11 o'clock tonight, so if you're on the same time as us, so it's a little bit earlier, but I'll probably sleep through that. And then the skateboarding's on at 1 a.m. It's the men's street. Whatever that means.
No idea, but I mean, I will give it a chance. I will give it a chance, though I am a bit skeptical of skateboarding at the very least. But maybe that's just me.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind. I'm happy for new things to be added to the Olympics if they're good.
Yeah. I
Um,
was going to say we've also.
I mean,
Oh, you go.
I was just going to say because I've been watching the 3-on-3 basketball today, so I love that. So.
This is what that trip to the street games in Budapest
Exactly.
did for you. With Jade Jones, British Taekwondo player. Is that the term?
Yeah, fighter.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know.
the headhunter. She's going in the Taekwondo tomorrow. Her first match is at 3:52 our time in the UK.
Yeah.
11:52 Tokyo. So it'll be interesting to see, can she win a third Olympic gold, or fourth if you count her youth Olympic gold.
Yes. Yeah. Good stats. Yeah, and then if she makes the final, that'll be at 1:30 p.m. British time. And there's also Bradley Sinden in the men's as well. So we'll be across all the books. Obviously, there's only those two like men's. There was only ever one man and one woman's event going on, and so we've got British interest in both tomorrow, which is good. I'm not sure what the Brits we have really that we haven't already mentioned. Have we got hockey? Yeah, hockey, women's hockey. That's right, 1:30. I've said that already.
So the start of the campaign to defend the gold medal.
Yes, a tall order, but who knows? They could do it. I think they'll definitely be in the semi-finals. That's my prediction so far.
Yep, and we'll also have two boxers going in the rounds of 32 tomorrow for Britain. We've got Charlie Sian Davidson going in the women's under 51 kilograms, and we've also got Luke McCormack going in the men's under 63 kilograms.
We've also got interest in the table tennis. I think I saw Paul Drinkall won today. Tintin Ho lost today. But yeah, and obviously there's also more swimming heats as well, because obviously we have the weird swimming schedule, the finals being first and then the heats. I think looks like we'll have Kathleen Dawson starting her campaign in the 100 back. She's looking for a medal in that one. Yeah, and also the men's 4x1 freestyle relay, which again will be another medal chance in the early hours of Monday.
When I was briefly at work earlier this morning, someone said to me, "I love the swimming, but I hate the backstroke."
Why?
I'm not sure. She just said it was the most boring stroke.
Oh, I don't know about that. Breaststroke may be the most boring one. I don't know.
I know, because you get to whistle as their head pops up from the water.
Yeah, true. But backstroke, you get the little flags out so they can see where they don't bash their head.
Oh, it's a sport full of whimsy.
Yeah. That's why I never really liked doing backstroke, because I always think I'm going to hit my head.
When I was a fearless kid, I used to love it, and then now that I'm a bit older with a bit more sense, not so much.
Not so much. But yeah, that's kind of everything from today, isn't it? And
Yeah, should we have
tomorrow.
a quick look at the medal table after day
Let's
one?
do it. I've not really been across everything.
So,
So I think all of today's medals have been decided, haven't they? I think the fencing's just finished before we came on air.
yeah, it's China with actually an astonishing 3 gold medals, which is very impressive from the first day. I
Yeah,
believe 2 of them were from the shooting.
probably.
And we have, well, Kosovo getting their second ever Olympic gold medal in the judo.
Yeah, that was great.
And yeah, a good match to watch there. Japan off the mark. Hopefully that will sort of boost the morale in Japan a bit, because it
Yeah.
seems to be a complicated relationship with the Olympics at the moment there.
What did Iran win the gold in? I haven't seen that.
Oh, I would guess.
Are we guessing judo?
I'd guess judo. That's just telling me competitors.
That doesn't help.
Wait. Let's just Google it.
Yeah, but it's good to see also Ecuador getting their first gold for a long 25 years. Was, for me, the highlight of the day. It was a great cycling act. We should probably talk about the race. It was great that he went off towards the end and got enough of a lead, and no one was staying with him. And then the two favourites kind of then came through the sprint, the silver and bronze. Banner just got the silver from the Tour de France champion, who was in third place. So nice for him to nearly do the double. We said yesterday it's a tough ask, but yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, it was shooting that Iran won their medal in. So good to see them off the mark. So yeah, it's that sort of early point where the medal table looks all sorts of fun, and it's
Yes.
yeah. Oh, wouldn't have expected to see that country, and oh, you notice these gold medals that you perhaps wouldn't notice for these smaller countries once the USA starts to win medals.
Yeah, it's Ecuador and Kosovo are ahead of a lot of other countries, including the USA at the moment.
Yeah,
So.
not a medal for the USA yet. And neither for Britain, but I mean, I don't think we were expecting a medal on the first day.
God, there's been some right random medals today, like Mongolia.
Yeah,
I didn't realise there were so many. Like
Chinese Taipei.
Wow. Yeah, I wasn't expecting all these. Tunisia, they don't get many medals either. Indonesia, they certainly don't. Wow.
So,
It's been a day for the smaller countries today. So
and then China just sitting pretty on top.
yeah.
To contradict your point.
Yes.
But yeah, it's good to have the Olympics back.
Yeah, so it's been a great 12 hours for me just to sit and watch it. Should probably try and do some exercise at some point.
Yeah, I've been getting that feeling. I feel motivated to exercise, but also the weather's gone rubbish, so I'm.
And I'm tired. So
Yeah.
I think I need to once I get properly adjusted. I think maybe Monday I might try and do some exercise. I think I'll just get through the weekend, get adjusted, and then try and work out what I'm going to do with the very little spare time I actually have.
Well, on that note, as we try to figure out our exercise regimes, I think we'll leave you all. But thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. We hope we'll be on at a similar time tomorrow. We'll try to get a better schedule sorted out.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for joining us. Hope to see you all soon.
Bye.
Bye.